As we head into the spring and summer months, why not add some fresh flavors to your nightly meal? Chef Shanoa French of the Beef Culinary Innovation Center at NCBA is with us to talk to us about a beef and asparagus pasta toss.
Absolutely.
Tell us what you have here.
Well, this is one of our quick weeknight meals, and as most people think about ground beef, they think of tacos, spaghetti sauce, something that they just throw together, and we want to give them another option. This is also one of those meals that you can have on the table for a family of 4 in less than 30 minutes.
Perfect.
So we're going to start with the pasta. You're going to boil about 6 cups of water. You need enough. We're going to use 3 cups of uncooked pasta, bow tie variety. This is a whole wheat one, and you can use whichever one you want. When we talk about boiling pasta, we want to make sure that we add enough salt to the water.
Really?
The trick or the tip that we were given through culinary school is make it taste like the ocean.
Really?
If you don't add salt to the water, it pulls the salt out of the pasta and puts it into the water because they like that equilibrium, and then you'll have a less flavorful pasta.
So salt your water, boil the pasta.
Yeah. And what we're doing with this, we kind of do a 2-for-1 step. So you'll throw your pasta in, cook for about 10 minutes, and then the last 3 to 4 minutes that your pasta would be cooking, you throw your 1-inch pieces of asparagus.
Right with the pasta.
Right with the pasta. So you cut them up and have everything ready. This recipe is really important to get all your things together because it goes together really quickly. So 1-inch pieces of asparagus, tossed in the last 3 to 4 minutes, you drain them all together, and then just rinse them in cold water. So that way it kind of stops. We call it blanching and shocking your vegetables. We'll keep your nice green color as we go through this.
Very good.
So get these together and kind of put them aside.
So it's looking good so far. I love asparagus.
All right, then we have our ground beef, just a pound of ground beef, and go ahead and brown it on the stove. You can brown that on the stove while your pasta is boiling. Take it out of the pan, pour off the drippings. We recommend using 90% lean and above, so you won't have a lot, but go ahead and put that aside on the bowl. And now we're ready to get cooking. So hot skillet, and again, I like to use a larger skillet and toss everything into one stove instead of having to toss things back into the bowl. So I use a little bit larger one. If you don't have one at home, you can kind of go the other way. We're going to start with a little bit of olive oil. So about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Go ahead and put this in there. If you don't want to use olive oil, you don't have to. Got your heat on kind of low, but what we're going to want to do is we've got some shallots, and this is about 1/4 cup of shallots, minced. If you can't find shallots, you can use onions. They're all kind of in the same family. These are just a little stronger.
Very good.
So go ahead and
flavor to that pasta.
Toss these in there. You want to make sure your oil is a little warm before you start adding stuff in there. As you can hear, it's starting to sizzle. The vegetables will absorb less oil if it's hot.
I see.
So there's your shallots. The next thing we're going to add is 2 to 3 cloves of minced garlic.
Love garlic.
More if you like it, less if you don't. So that goes in.
I'm smelling already. That smells great.
And then to top that off, we're going to do just a little bit of salt and pepper.
All right. And how long are you going to cook this then?
You know, this is quick, so it kind of depends on how hot your pan is. You're going to want to, as we talk about either sweating or kind of reducing down those, you want to bring out their flavor by the heat. And you almost want to make your shallots that translucent as you can start to smell them. You don't want to cook them too long because otherwise you'll burn the garlic. And also olive oil has a lower smoke point than most oils, so you don't want them too hot. So that's why you kind of keep it on lower heat.
It smells great, Shanoa.
Yeah, you'll give them a couple stirs, let them get nice and translucent, and then as this happens, we're going to add our ground beef. We're going to add that back in. So this will go back into the pan, and it'll help you. It's going to start heating back up. You want to make sure this has probably only been out of the pan for maybe 10 minutes as you work through. Still warm. So you kind of want to mix all your garlic and the shallots through that. Get a little bit of the olive oil and the salt and pepper all incorporated.
It smells great. That's outstanding.
So once you're there, and I talked about, we're going to do all of this will go into here.
In the same,
Yeah, if your pan's not big enough at home, then you can go the other way.
That's great.
So what I'll do is I'll slowly slide all these guys in there. And the olive oil is kind of working as your sauce that's in there. You can throw that right down there. So, and this comes the toss part. So you can either do it in a big bowl or
I want to see you kind of tossing it on the skillet maybe.
I don't know if the skillet's quite big enough. I'm going to end up with pasta tossed all over the counter, Kevin.
That's
so you'll toss this all together, and you can either serve it family style directly out of the skillet, or you could portion it up.
Looks great.
Yeah, as you top off just a little bit of Parmesan cheese. So you'll sprinkle just right on the top. That tops off every pasta dish,
Absolutely.
Right?
Or a lot of Parmesan cheese.
And here is a single portion with a nice
great.
piece of bread.
I've got to try this. I have to tell you that I love asparagus, and you're doing all the things right here.
Yeah, and the perfect part, if you don't like bow tie pasta or you can't find it, you can use wagon wheel or some of the spiral. Just make sure that they're smaller so they'll fit on your fork easier. So we recommend not using full-on spaghetti with it.
That's great, though. What a quick and easy dish, and a healthy one at that.
Yep, and it reheats perfectly for lunch the next day if you need it to.
Thanks for a great, unique idea. For this recipe and others featuring great tasting beef, head to our website at cattlemantocattleman.org.